The livelihood of your business depends on your ability to generate more leads and turn those leads into sales. So by the end of this video, you're gonna have a proven strategy to get more leads into your service-based or contractor business on demand. If you're new to this channel, my name is Armando and I work with small business owners and entrepreneurs, helping them use the internet to generate more leads so they can make more sales. And if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. So now it's a good time to go ahead and grab a pen and a paper, because this is the exact same strategy that I use across dozens of my clients to generate hundreds of leads each month. Okay, so this entire system works in 3 easy steps. Step number 1 is finding people who are most likely to buy your stuff. Step number 2 is making a good offer and getting that offer in front of the people who are most likely to buy your stuff. And step number 3, actually building a mechanism, a simplified mechanism to have people go from strangers to become leads. For this example, let's just say that we are running, or we want to get leads for some sort of window cleaning company. That's going to be the company that's service-based that you have. So step number 1, we want to find people who are most likely to buy your stuff. There's a pretty good chance that you have an idea of who opts in for window cleaning services in your area. Maybe you have an area of town that you prefer working in. So that's going to fall into this category. These people might be homeowners. Maybe it's a city or a subdivision that you work in. Maybe they're of a specific age, or they have some sort of habit that puts them into this bucket of people who really buy window cleaning services. Step number 2 is you're going to make an offer. Now, your offer is not about you. It is not about your services. It is about the other person. What does a window cleaning service do for a homeowner, or what do they really want out of a service? That's how you have to think about when it comes to the offer. And step number 3, you have to have some sort of mechanism. And for the step number 3, we're going to be using the Facebook lead ad. The reason we're going to be using the Facebook lead ad is because it's slick. It's easy to set up. It doesn't require a third-party tool. It costs you absolutely nothing, and you can get leads for an affordable price. The very first thing that we're going to do after we've identified these 3 things is go into the Facebook Ads Manager. And this is where the Facebook Ads Manager is. Now, next thing you're going to do is we're going to create a campaign for our hypothetical window cleaning service. So we're going to click Create, and we're going to name this campaign, at least for me, I'm going to name it Demo, but you can name this whatever you want. I recommend that you name it something that actually makes sense for you. Okay, you don't have to name it this, but it does have to make sense to you. The next thing that you want to choose is your campaign objective. You want to change this from traffic to lead generation, and you want to turn off campaign budget optimization. I'm going to be setting the budget later in this campaign. The second thing you want to do is create an ad set. This ad set, again, give it something that actually makes sense. The ad set is where you're going to enter all those details of the people who are most likely to buy your stuff. Okay. And last but not least, you're going to be creating an ad. This is where the detail target, the copy and creative is going to go for yourself. So once you do this, you should show a screen that looks something like this. And what you want to do here at the campaign level, you just want to go and double check this. Make sure that lead generation is on, is chosen, and the campaign budget optimization is off. The next thing you want to come and do is go to the ad set level. Now this is where we're going to enter all the information that you wrote down in step number 1 that pretty much identifies your ideal audience. So from budget and scheduling, I'm just going to leave it alone. The budget, I should say, really depends on your outcome and the value of every customer. Now, I do go deeper into details when it comes to all this stuff in my mini course that I have, and I link to that in the description of this video if you guys are interested. It's a course specifically on how to use lead ads in conjunction with video to generate more leads at an affordable price for service-based businesses and local businesses. Okay. But for now, here's what we're going to enter. Let's say that our window cleaning company is, we like to service the Sugar Land area. So all I'm going to do is enter the Sugar Land area. And I don't want to go outside of 10 miles of my chosen city. Now for you, this may vary. You may cover 60 miles depending on what you do. Okay. I know that my ideal audience, my ideal customer is probably not going to be 18-year-olds. These people are going to be probably 30 and above. Okay, I know that I can service, it doesn't matter if it's male or female. That's not, something that matters in this case. So I'm not going to fill it out. I'm going to leave it alone. And here in detail targeting, this is kind of where it gets interesting. Now, again, I covered detail targeting. I cover how to really, really hone in and test different audiences in my mini course of Facebook lead ads for service-based businesses. So if you want to check that out, it's in the description. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to say that I really want to kind of really reach the people who are most likely homeowners, who are interested in home improvement projects, that sort of thing. So what I want to do is I want to target people who are interested in the Home Depot. And the reason for that is because people who are typically interested in things like the Home Depot, Lowe's, or Northern Tools, something like that, are going to be mostly homeowners that are going to look for home improvement projects. So it really makes sense that my demographic is in tune with that. The next thing I want to do is choose my proper placements here. You can click on manual placements and choose whatever you want from here. And there's a few that I do not recommend, like stories, and there's a few others. Again, I go into deeper detail in this in the mini course that I have. And then I'm just going to leave everything else alone. What I want to do next is come to the ad section of it. This is where I'm going to use the creative that I want to use in here, and where I'm going to entice people with my offer. This is step number 3 of this one right here. And I've already kind of done some pre-work here with the copy, so I'm just going to copy and paste this to make this go a little bit faster. So very first thing is you're going to scroll down and you're going to see the components of your ad. You have an image, and then you have text that goes above your ad. So this is kind of where the text is going to go. So as far as the text goes for your ad, you want this to be as much as direct response as possible. Tell people, what you have, how it benefits them, or what it is that they're getting, and what they need to do to get it. So in this case, I said something like, "Hey, Sugarland, we're in your neighborhood, and we're offering you 25 off your window cleaning services, until we're booked solid. Get your free quote today." Pretty straightforward, right? The image, however, does not match. So what we want to do here is you want to clear the image and add an image that actually matches. Now, I always recommend that if you are a local business, you already have images of your storefront. You probably already have images of jobs that you've done, etc. Use those. Always use images of your products, your crew, your staff, your jobs, that sort of stuff. And never really snag images from Google. So for the sake of this, though, I'm just going to be using a window cleaning, image, just one that works for the demo. So I'm going to pick it, and Facebook is going to put it in here, and it's going to tell me what that looks like. Now, as far as the headline goes, there's one more piece of the puzzle here, headline, and I've already come up with a headline here just to save time. But technically, the headline is something that you want to reinforce a little bit more in your ad when it comes to the offer. Now, there's another section. It's called the button, the call to action in here. Pick the one that makes sense. If you are a roofing company, people may need to apply for a new roof, right? If you're running solar windows or solar leads, people may need to apply for that kind of stuff, or maybe double pane windows, they may need to apply. But if you're a window cleaning company, people may just need to get a quote from you. So I'm just going to choose get a quote, and that's going to change this button to get a quote. Now, this is my entire ad. This is what it's going to look like. Now, here's the missing piece of step number 3. This is where we are going to leverage the power of Facebook, leverage the platform, and not have to rely on any third-party tools. So I'm going to play you this little short video of how this is going to work. So here's kind of a similar ad. People will click it. A form will open up from within Facebook. They'll give you their information. A lot of this stuff is already pre-populated, so you're going to get good lead info. And then people will send that over to you, and they will become a lead. They will become a lead, essentially. So this is kind of what we're going to be setting up for in our case here. So the way to do this is you create lead forms, label your lead form, and come down here to the intro section. Now, the intro section, I'm just going to kind of, do the same thing here. I'm just going to give a brief sort of paragraph. I'm going to say, get your free quote by entering simple details below, and I'm going to leave it at that. The next thing that we want to answer is questions. What do we want as a lead? What information do we need from an actual prospect to become a lead? And a lot of my clients will choose first name, email address, and most of them obviously will want the phone number. So we'll just add phone number there. And I like to move these questions around because it just looks weird that the first name isn't first. So I just put it in there. Now, there is an option for custom questions. Let's go ahead and add a custom one in here because for my window cleaning company, let's just say that what I need is to know how many windows do you need cleaned, right? Maybe that's a question that I need to know. I also may want to know like a zip code. I may want to know square footage of the house, those kind of things. Every situation is a little bit unique based on the company that you have. So once we do this, we're going to move forward to the next section, which is private policy. And we are going to be linking our private policy here. So I'm just going to link it from my website. Okay, right there. And now we're going to move over to the thank you page. This is the page that people are going to see once they give you their information. So instead of saying all set, all generic, I'm going to say want to save. Okay, maybe I'll say save an extra 5% today, right? Maybe I'll say that, and then I'll just say if you call to book today, you can save an extra 5% today only, right? May want to correct that, right? And so what I want to do here is entice these people to call me. Maybe that's more important to me than a text or an email, because I know that if I can get them on the phone, I can close the deal better. So what I'll do here is I'll change this button from view website to call the business, and click here to save an extra 5% today, right? So what will happen here is that from their mobile phone, they're going to click this button and a phone call will be initiated to the number that you enter right here. Okay, so the very next step that we're going to do here is enter a phone number. I'm just going to enter one. It's not my phone number, so don't call it. And I'm just going to I'm going to save this as a demo form, and I'm going to just say finished. After the form is finished, once you finish it, the form gets put in here in Facebook, and then all you have to do is click this publish button, and this post goes out and it goes for review on Facebook, and then it actually creates an ad that starts to generate business for you. Now what I want to do is go over some costly mistakes, some pitfalls to avoid when creating this. But before I do that, it's a good time to hit that subscribe button. If this has been helpful, help me out. It really does help the channel, making sure that I'm on the right track. Helps the YouTube algorithm know that this video is actually something people are interested in. So some of the pitfalls to avoid are going to be things like not calling out your audience, really text heavy, using the wrong images, those kind of things. We're getting very, very specific with your ad. You don't want to call people out on specific attributes. That's actually against the terms of service of Facebook. Another costly mistake can be forgetting to turn things off. Once you start to see traction on these posts, you will start to get leads through your system, but oftentimes people forget that they're running ads, and then Facebook just continues to charge you for those posts. I wanted to mention that I do have a course, I do have a mini course that is bingeable, and it teaches you everything you need to know from A to Z. I actually go very deep into targeting, testing different things, and how to use video, simple video that is for the non-techie, in combination with lead ads to generate thousands of leads and hundreds of leads, as many as you want for your small business. And with that being said, if this video was helpful, again, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions at all, you can kind of see from my other videos that I'm pretty active on this channel. I respond to as many of the comments as I possibly can. So leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know if this was helpful or not. Talk soon.